I'm so excited to have you here today. I am Dr. Cindy Tsai, and I'm an award-winning board-certified physician and chief wellness officer to female entrepreneurs, leaders, and organizations. And today we're going to cover unlocking energy, how busy female entrepreneurs can gain more energy without overdosing caffeine. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you my unique So Much Better Energy Blueprint to help you improve and increase your energy levels. Who's ready for that? Who wants more energy? Get through your busy day. So you see, one of the biggest problems that busy female entrepreneurs face is that you have so much going on in your business and life that it's incredibly demanding and it requires a lot from you to show up at this level. And you've probably tried different hacks to gain more energy so that you can get through everything, whether it's drinking caffeine, soda, energy drinks, taking supplements, treating yourself to that piece of chocolate or multiple pieces to get that sugar high, or maybe even using social media scrolling as a break, right? So what I'm going to help you do through giving you this unique energy blueprint is to help you improve your energy levels so that you can have clear focus and mental clarity to make better decisions and be productive and manage your time better so that you have more free time. How does that sound? Good. Yeah. And this is meant to be a fun and interactive session. So I really, really want you to be here with me. Please, if you can, close all your other tabs. I really want you to be here with me now and focused, because what's more important than gaining energy? So I'm going to ask a lot of questions and I invite you to respond in the chat. And also you can use your Zoom, your reaction button to make sure that, to let me know that you're here. Okay. And let's get started. So I like to share this picture because as a female entrepreneur, you have a lot going on. The courage, the dedication, the grit and resilience it takes to be a bold leader and to show up every single day, to lead your team, to make mistakes and fail, and still keep going and carry out your mission, your vision. It's not for the faint of heart. And add on top of that, all the other responsibilities you have in your personal life, right? All the other roles you have as a modern woman, whether it's a mother, a daughter, a wife, a partner, a sister, a friend, a mentor, all these other roles. It's a lot. And so I want you to look at this image and see if it resonates. Thinking about all the challenges you face as a female entrepreneur. Every morning you wake up, you look at your schedule, your to-do list, and you know that it's going to require a lot from you. And you need that boost of energy. So you reach for that cup of coffee, and after that, you're like a different person. Does anyone feel that way? You're like ready to tackle everything. Yeah. But then the day goes on, and then there are so many other things that come up that are still on your plate. You're making all these decisions. You're delivering projects, you're working with clients, you're managing your team, you're checking your sales pipeline, right? It's all of it. It's a lot. So I think I saw some nods. Yeah, let me know if it resonates for sure. And I think it's really to show you that you are not alone. Because even though we are female entrepreneurs, we are also humans going through this journey called life. And it would be great if we could just focus on one area of life at a time. But unfortunately, we don't exist in a vacuum, right? There are so many things demanding our attention every day, every hour. And that's why I wanted to lead this workshop to help you understand ways to gain more energy, to breeze through your day with focus and efficiency. So before we dive in, I want to give you my So Much Better Energy Blueprint. and my team will drop the link in the chat for you to directly download it. We're going to be using this during the workshop today. And I'll also send this link out with the replay after. But just make sure to grab it now. You can download it and follow it along. It's a fillable PDF, so you'll actually be able to type in it, so it's super easy. All right, so the thing is, when it comes to energy, most people want to know what to do. It's like, give me a list, tell me the best supplements, whatever. But even when you get a checklist of things, it still doesn't help because people haven't realized that they're actually doing something that's causing the problem. And that's what needs to be addressed. And think about this yellowing plant here on the screen. You can spray water on the leaves of the yellowing plant, or you can actually tend to and nurture the dry soil, which is the ideal solution so that you can actually get to the root cause. Because once you're aware of it, then you can stop doing it. And then oftentimes just by stopping that, you will gain so much more. You'll see a massive improvement in your energy levels. Now, before I get into it, I want to quickly share my story and why I think it's crucial that every female entrepreneur learns how to optimize their energy and well-being. So it was because I've seen and experienced the impact of chronic stress and burnout myself. And this happened more than 10 years ago when I woke up one day not being able to see. And I shared the story in my TEDx talk on body intelligence of what it was like to wake up one day, have the whole room look dark and blurry, like something was covering my eyes, to go see the doctor, have all the lab results look fine, even though I wasn't fine. And my prescription increased threefold overnight. And for the doctor to look at you, to be confused, and to say, well, this is interesting. Like, let me tell you, you don't want to be interesting to a doctor, not in this way, at least. And I won't share all the details here, but basically I had a rare autoimmune condition impacting my eyes that could have led to full blindness. And autoimmune conditions happen because there's significant inflammation in your body. And I had to pause and ask myself, where was this inflammation coming from? Because I was always very health conscious, drinking water even when I was a kid. And I think a big part of the answer was stress. So in residency, when this happened more than 10 years ago, I was working night shifts, staying up all night. And then during the daytime, instead of sleeping, I was still raising my hand, volunteering, doing research, being this overachiever, this perfectionist. And then I would be drinking caffeine to stay awake, but then get so anxious at night that I wouldn't be able to fall asleep either, because I would be thinking about all the things I didn't do, that I still need to do, that I should do, and just never feel like I was doing enough. And it all caught up with me when I got sick. And I realized that our body has its own intelligence. It talks to us, and we need to pay attention to these messages. And so it was in my journey searching for answers and a solution that I found integrative and functional medicine, which is about focusing and treating the root cause. I found and trained in coaching, mindfulness, various energy healing practices, techniques, and thankfully healed my eyes. And I share this story because I don't want anyone else to have to go through this scary, traumatizing experience. You don't have to wait until you have a dramatic wake-up call, a health crisis, like not being able to see, to take care of yourself. And it may appear like this happened overnight, but really it was the eruption of significant stress that built up over time. And so now my passion is really to help women entrepreneurs and leaders to be healthy and well in mind, body, and spirit so that you can be your very best. And I titled my best-selling self-help book So Much Better because I want you to know that you can feel so much better, especially when you know how to take care of yourself, how to optimize and improve your energy level, which is what I want to share with you today. And I really believe that every one of us has unique gifts that only you can share. But the key, and it's one of the most highlighted phrases from my book, it's that it's only when you're well can you do your most important work, which is to share your gifts and make the world a better place. So this is why I love helping leaders be healthy and well so that you can be your best and have the impact that you're meant to have. So we're going to dive into the workbook. And the first question I have is, why is energy important to you? And I'd love to see your responses. Feel free to drop it in the chat. And yes, there's a link to the So Much Better Energy Blueprint. If you haven't gotten it already, make sure to grab it. Yes, we'll have the team put the link in the chat. And yeah, really thinking about, why is energy important to you? Let me see. Yeah, you have a lot on your plate. Yeah, because you're meant for more, right? So much to do that you want to do. Yes, yes. Thank you for sharing. So absolutely. Love all this. And on the flip side, what is the cost of not having energy? Just thinking about what happens when you don't have energy, right? How is it costing you in your life, in your business, in all areas, in your health, your well-being, burnout, illness for sure, because everything is connected. Your attitude. Yeah, burnout for sure. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. And I think it's really helpful to hear from everyone because we see that we're not alone, right? We all want these things. And so the thing is, for the longest time, we've been told that we need to drink more caffeine or coffee, or we need to take something, right? In order to, rely on some external source in order to gain energy to get through your day. But that's misguided, because here's a really important message. Energy doesn't have to come from caffeine or external sources. For example, think about when you've had an amazing night of restful sleep. You wake up, you feel so good. You're ready, you're excited, you're energized to start your day. You have a fully charged battery that's ready to go. And so really remembering that energy is not just from external sources, but it's actually possible to source from within when we are doing well ourselves. And I want you to imagine that you have a room in your house that's really cluttered or disorganized, maybe like this picture here. And it's hard to find things and move around freely. Maybe you walk around, you like stub your toe and this and that. And then you have family visiting, and maybe in 3 days. So you're like, oh shoot, we gotta make it look a little nicer and whatever. And so you think about, what can we do to make it look better? And you think, okay, maybe I should get a new painting here or some artwork. or look for some furniture, maybe a new ottoman, kind of just a statement piece, right? To make it look a little bit better in the midst of all this messiness. Or you can remove all the extra clutter to clean up the room. So by removing and getting rid of the items you don't need, you actually create more space. You improve functionality and create a calm and organized environment. And so similarly, when we talk about your energy level, it's like that cluttered room. Before we get into thinking about what you want to add in order to gain energy, I want you to also think about the things that are draining your energy that you can remove in your day. Because it's actually easier to stop doing what's making you weak than it is to start doing things that will make you strong. Because the brain and the body actually prefer to be lazy so that it can conserve energy. Is this making sense so far? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, feel free to drop any questions in the chat as we go along. Now, the thing is, if you've been relying on caffeine, that candy bar, to give you that energy boost to get through the mid-afternoon slump, you're probably experiencing inconsistent energy levels. And this can lead to problems such as lack of focus and concentration. So it's hard to maintain focus throughout your day. You feel restless and antsy and easily distracted, might be difficult to concentrate and complete important tasks. And you might also take longer to make decisions, slower up problem solving because you aren't able to think as sharply when you're feeling tired and drained. And then there's a tendency to have increased procrastination. Maybe you find yourself checking social media, giving yourself a break because you just don't feel like doing the work. And this all leads to decreased productivity, right? Yeah. And then this, of course, has a negative impact on your business development and growth because you're not showing up the way you'd like. And all of this leads to high stress and risk of burnout. So do any of these sound familiar? I think Lucy shared, some of the things really resonated. Yeah. So if those resonated, I really want you to pay attention because these are some of the reasons and mistakes that are causing these problems. Okay, come back to me here. So you might be relying on these external quick fixes, whether it's caffeine intake, sugary snacks, to get that energy boost, but it's not sustainable. And you probably experience side effects, whether it's faster heart rate, you're feeling jittery, increased anxiety. And then you might have poor boundaries on your time and energy. And it's a challenge to say no. You don't like to disappoint others. And you might be thinking that you're behind. And then this creates a sense of urgency to power through, which leads to overworking. And then you neglect yourself and you're not prioritizing self-care and your own needs. And you're probably not managing stress effectively and it's weighing on you. So is this making sense? Yeah, I'd love to know. Feel free to share in the chat which one really, really resonates. Thinking you're behind. And I think for sure for a lot of female entrepreneurs, we're driven, we're visionaries, we're high overachievers. So we want to get things done. Yeah, absolutely. Now, whatever is coming up, I want you to stop and pause and simply observe what's going on without judgment or shame. Do you feel like you've been overworking? Have you been relying on external sources to boost your energy? There's no judgment. I mean, we've all done it and do it, right? In fact, it would probably be weird if you haven't been doing it because so much of our everyday world and messaging talks about it, right? So let's take a moment. We're going to do a quick poll just to check in. I really invite you to tune into yourself. We're going to launch this poll to rate your energy level right now on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being high, 1 being low. Just give me a number in the chat in this poll to see where you are right now. And it doesn't matter what number you're at. Just see where you're at. You can be a 1, you can be a 10. Let's see. I'm going to make sure, give everyone some time to participate, to vote. Okay. All right. Let's see. So we're going to share the results. So yeah, we have a whole range. This is great. And I think this is really reflective of how we all have our variations, right, throughout the day. So it's really helpful just to see where we're at. Great. And then doesn't matter where you're at, because I want to share one of my favorite tools that will help you feel better. And this is called the cleansing breath. And it's one of my favorite tools to de-stress and energize. It's super easy. You take an inhale through your nose, and then you exhale through an open mouth sigh. Oh. Again, inhale and exhale, releasing any stress or tension you're holding on to. And I invite you to do a few more at your own pace. You can follow this graphic to help guide you and really see that expansiveness, the exhale release, and just seeing how you feel. And let me know, you can give me one word in the chat to describe how you're feeling after the breathing. It's super simple and easy. I think a lot of times we go through our days not even paying attention to our breath. And yeah, it was, now you're feeling peaceful. It's great, right? It just takes a few seconds, a little less heaviness. That's great. Yeah. And so now that you're feeling better, we're going to dive further into the So Much Better Energy Blueprint, which will offer you the best way to help you optimize your energy levels. So if you haven't already, make sure to download that through the link that we put, so you'll get that. And it's a fillable PDF, so you can actually type into it as we go along. So starting with step 1, which is, where are you? And this is really important because you can't change what you don't know. And in order to increase your energy, you have to first know where your energy levels are in the first place. Because if you don't know you're doing something wrong, how will you know that you need to change it? And when you don't know where your energy levels are, you don't realize that you're already tired, you're already depleted, right? But you keep pushing yourself beyond the limits so that you can get more done. But then you feel like you're still not getting enough done and you're feeling really stressed out. And then maybe mid-afternoon rolls around, you look at your calendar, you still have so many meetings and tasks to get done and you're tired with that mid-afternoon slump. So what do? You reach for that cup of coffee, right? That sugary snack to get a boost. And look, if that worked, you wouldn't be here in this workshop. So there are so many ways that I teach clients to do this in my program, but I want to offer you a super simple, quick way, which is to use an energy scale or an energy audit from very high to very low. And you can use the colors as a quick gauge. You can just pause and tune into yourself. Ask yourself, where am I right now? How are my energy levels? Is it very high, high, medium, low, very low? Am I more in the green or in the red? And in the guide I provided under step 1, you'll see that there's a very nice table there for you to track your energy levels throughout the day based on time. And I want you to remember that we can't change what we don't know. So think about the light. Let's say the light in your attic is out. but you never go up into the attic. So you have no idea the light bulb is out. But then the moment you need to go up to the attic, maybe you need to go look for some old files for taxes or whatever, you realize that the light bulb is out. And then you can replace the light bulb and then you can see again. So the same thing here. We have to first know what's going on in order to change it. Is that making sense? So we're going to look at the time right now. It's what, like 10 a.m., 10:30. So look at that table, and I want you to put an X in the box that most corresponds to your energy level. And I invite you to keep this open for the rest of your day to see how it goes. And you can also print out a few copies of this, right? So you can track it over the next few days to get more data, because with more data and information, you're going to get a better idea of trends and insights on what to change and where the opportunities are. So this is a super simple way to start with an energy audit. So that's step one. Now moving on to step two, which is to stop the leak. And this is super helpful because you can actually gain more energy by removing what's draining you and stop the leak of your energy. Because as I mentioned, it's much easier to stop doing something than to add more things onto your already full plate, right? And when you don't know what's draining your energy, it will actually keep weighing on you. You'll likely feel tired all the time, have a hard time staying focused and sharp. You might get more irritable, snappy, maybe impatient with your team, your loved ones, because you just don't feel good. And then you might try to make yourself feel better. You're like, okay, well, I'm going to bury myself in my work, but then you get more exhausted and drained and stressed out, and it's this vicious cycle, right? So we need to learn how to stop the leak. And again, I have multiple ways I teach clients in my program, but here's a really quick way to start. I want you to look at your calendar today or yesterday and identify 1 to 3 things that feel draining to you. And this could be anything. It could be something related to your business or in your personal life, because all areas of our life are connected. It doesn't exist in isolation in a vacuum. And by the way, I really want you to treat this as an exercise of observation. Please don't judge yourself or shame yourself for whatever is draining you. When I work with clients, many of these women have other roles, right? And sometimes it's mom duties and they feel bad for saying it, but it's like, hey, I really don't like to drop my kids off at school. I really don't like to do their homework with them. And then there's this immense guilt or shame because you feel like you're not doing enough. You feel like you're not being a good mom. But the whole point is you have to first know what's draining you. And please hear me, even if you identify something as draining, it doesn't mean you have to stop or change it, okay? You have a choice. You can still keep doing it, but at least come from a place of awareness and conscious choice and decision. So you're not feeling exhausted all the time and complaining about not having energy to get through your day. When you actually know, like, okay, well, these are things that are taking up my more energy than I want. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I'd love to hear from some people. Feel free to type in the chat. What's draining to you? You know, sometimes it could be really small, insidious things that could be really harmful because we actually don't even notice it and pay attention. Yeah. And also like emails that we have to read, reply, delete. I don't know about you, but I get so many emails every day from like all these places. You know, it's like this sale and that and whatever. I did this exercise. I realized that it was taking up so much of my energy, my decision-making capacity, because I had to like sort through the emails, right? So that's all like these little things that add up. Yeah, errands, appointments, for sure. Yeah. So it's taking up so much of our mental energy and focus. Yes, managing it all. I know. Now, the other thing I want you to realize is that sometimes some things may be draining you, but you may not even realize it's draining. And so this is why I teach the importance of listening to your body, because the body has its own intelligence and it talks to us. We really need to pay attention to these messages. And so what this means is there are a number of physical cues that signal your energy is being drained. And in the energy blueprint, I provided a good list to start, right? For example, you might have noticed struggle to stay awake and focused. You might notice more pain anywhere in your body where you hold stress. A lot of times, for example, neck, shoulder, your jaw, hands, feet, whatever. It's different for everybody. Stomach, digestive issues, a lot of times bloating, cramping, indigestion, just feeling uncomfortable. Also like mental and brain fog, increased restlessness, irritability, all these things. And also notice if you've been getting sick, if you feel like you're sick all the time, or if it takes a long time to recover, because that usually signifies that your immune system is weakened. And a lot of times it's related to a buildup of chronic stress. So just being more aware and mindful of that. And of course, any sense of heaviness, unwell, things like that, just cues to help you identify potential energy drains so that you can stop the leak. And remember that picture of the cluttered room I showed earlier, how powerful it is to declutter and remove what's not serving you. So that's what this is about. Now, to really drive this point home, let's say you have a water bucket and you're trying to water your plants or something in your garden. So you fill it up and then you walk over to your plants, but then you notice that the water is all gone by the time you make it to your plants. And it's because there are leaks in your bucket. So think about that, right? Even if you fill up the water bucket fully to the brim, if you don't stop the leak and plug up the holes, the water will keep draining out and you won't have any water left. And so this is the same as how you can gain energy by stopping the energy drains, as we discussed. So I'd love to know if you could just think about, how do you know when something feels draining to you? Feel free to share in the chat, whether it's something physical or mental, like whatever it is, because this really is an exercise about awareness and helping you stay connected to your body. Your breath becomes short. Yeah, that's great, because so often we forget to breathe and really, really be present. Tired and heavy, for sure. Yeah. So tension, definitely. So these are really, really important cues that I really invite you to pay attention to, because our body is trying to communicate with us and we really, really need to listen. Yeah. All right. So we're going to move into the last step, which is to energize and go. And when you know how to do this, you'll be able to have so much energy that you can breeze through your day with focus, efficiency, and presence, and even have more free time to do what you want. Imagine that. Now, on the other hand, when you don't have good, healthy ways of energizing yourself, you're going to feel depleted all the time. You're going to feel like you're always in a rush. You're under chronic stress, and you're basically activating your sympathetic fight or flight nervous system, which leads to increased cortisol, which is the stress hormone levels. And over time, this really impacts your physical health, from a weaker immune system, poor sleep, hormone imbalance, and of course, more stress, anxiety, overwhelm, and burnout. And you won't be able to enjoy your work or your life anymore. And then you might try to do things, right, using those temporary quick fixes, whether it's caffeine, stimulants, or maybe I see procrastination, avoidance behaviors. You might resort to emotional eating, numbing with alcohol or substances. And then a really key thing I want to bring attention to is this wanting to isolate and not asking for help and support. Because a lot of times, as strong women, we feel like we have to do it all and to do it alone. And especially when we're feeling really depleted, there's oftentimes this fear and worry and layer of shame and embarrassment and judgment, and making us want to isolate more, and like really when what we need is support and community. So it's really critical to learn how to energize and prioritize your own needs for self-care. And this is what I love teaching clients to do, since I have so many tools and tricks, but a super simple way is really to use the power of your breath. And in the workbook, I share a few breathing techniques that I'll go over here today. And so the first one is called the cleansing breath, which we went over earlier. Basically, you take an inhale through the nose and you exhale through an open mouth sigh, releasing any stress and tension you're holding on to. So this is a super quick way. Just do a couple of these and you really do feel different. The second breathing technique is called the 4-6 breath, which is where you inhale for a count of 4 and you exhale for a count of 6. And so I can guide us through around here. So we'll inhale 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can do a few more at your own pace, doing the counting. And the reason behind this technique, why it's helpful, is because when we have a longer exhale, it actually helps to activate our parasympathetic relaxation response in our body. And so that really helps to counteract that fight or flight response. So I really encourage people to try this technique out too, to really intentionally extend your exhale through a longer count. And then the third breathing technique I wanted to share is called 5-5-5. And this is where you take an inhale for a count of 5, you hold your breath for a count of 5, you exhale for a count of 5, and you repeat this 5 times. So I can take us through this as well, just so you get to experience what it's like. So I'll invite you to take an inhale. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can do a few more rounds to complete the full series. But again, I hope you see how these are all very, very simple techniques that you can do throughout your day, in between meetings, when you go to the bathroom, when you're preparing your lunch. These are perfect moments, right? We have to build this into your day. And then we often forget that the human body is not this robot. And I really encourage you to think of it as a car that requires routine maintenance and care to ensure that it can function well. And thinking about your car, my question is, would you ever let the gas tank run empty? No, because then you wouldn't be able to run at all, right? Meanwhile, when the gas tank is full, then you can drive and go to all the places you want to go. Take that road trip, whatever. And I like to show this picture as a reminder of when we should take a break versus when we actually take a break. right? Show of hands, yes in the chat, give me an emoji. Has anyone done this before? Or you wait overtime to take a break? Yeah, I know I have. Yeah, especially when I'm working overtime and then I finally close my computer, I realize I'm exhausted and then I don't want to do anything for hours. So the goal is really to avoid getting to this point because that's the quickest way to burn out. And really the key is to actually do it before you think you need it. So I'd love to know, what other self-care practices can you bring into your day? Feel free to type something in the chat just so we can share with each other, inspire others. What's energizing to you? What helps you with self-care? Drop some of your favorite things to do in the chat. Awesome. Exercise. Yes. Stand up, walk around, meeting up with friends, something fun. Yeah, all these things are great ways to help you energize, because it is really important to energize, prioritize self-care so that you can feel better and sail through your day. Making sense? Awesome. So, a quick recap. How many of you think you can do what we reviewed today? It's pretty simple, right? To gain more energy without overdosing caffeine. Yeah, here are the 3 steps. So, number 1, asking where are you to rate your energy levels. Step 2, stop the leak. Got to look at where and what's draining your energy and stop doing it. And step 3 is energize and go, right? Bringing in energizing self-care practices throughout so that you can always be charged up and full. But let me ask you, if you left the session today right now, do you know how to do all of this correctly? Do you know how to listen and tune into your body to know exactly how you feel? Do you know how to identify all the energy draining things in your day and have simple and effective ways to stop doing that? Do you know how to really integrate simple self-care practices and build a regular habit in order to stay healthy and strong? Like, what's the right step? Where do you actually begin? And can you keep yourself accountable? Because today I gave you the blueprint on exactly what to do to increase your energy levels. And I want to show you how to do it. But I also want to show you much more than that, because I really want to help you not only ditch hustle culture so you don't have to burn out while growing your established business, but also how to reset your body so that you actually know how to be healthy and take better care of yourself to thrive. And especially if you want to avoid not having enough energy to get through your day and feeling constantly drained, to avoid chronic stress and high levels of anxiety, avoid burnout, and no longer feeling excited or passionate about your work and your mission, and to avoid compromising your long-term health and well-being, right? But then if you also want to gain an abundance of energy and vitality, and then so that you're able to tackle your day with excitement, to say goodbye to feeling drained before 2 p.m. And if you want to master your stress levels, to embrace calm and balance in your busy life. And you want to renew your passion and spark in your work and your life, and to really thrive and prioritize your self-care, your health and well-being, to truly be well, I have good news for you, because this is what the wellness formula will help you do. And so the wellness formula is a 3-month group coaching accelerator where I provide a strategic framework for busy female entrepreneurs just like you to ditch hustle culture and help you reset so that you can thrive again. And we'll drop the link in the chat with more information about the program. And this is where I take a holistic mind, body, spirit approach to guide successful women entrepreneurs like you to have the energy it requires to show up in your business and life. Because good health is essential to your business success. When you think about the cost of not having energy, sure, we don't show up as well, but we're also entrepreneurs. We're here to make an impact. And every moment, every time we get sick, when we have to delay a meeting, when we can't show up fully, when we can't present ourselves the way we want to, that's a cost. That's costing you your business success. And so I really, really want you all to make this connection of how critical it is to take care of yourself in order for you to have all the success you desire in your business life. And so this 3-month journey includes your So Much Better wellness map. And so if you love this So Much Better energy blueprint that you received today, you're going to love the So Much Better wellness map. And this is where you'll actually build your own wellness map with personalized mind, body, spirit techniques and strategies to help you stay well, even with a busy schedule in life. So many people, I find, we hear about all of these things, right? Supplements and this, and it's overwhelming. We don't even know what works for us. And so that's the whole point of this wellness map, to help you know what's going to work for you. And you'll also get small group coaching calls where there will be a mix of guided meditation, teaching, and open coaching. And each call is designed with a specific topic or theme that's related to the well-being of your mind, your body, or spirit, because we need to take care of all aspects of our well-being. And you'll get so many more tools and techniques with simple and practical action steps, so you can actually integrate it and use it in your daily life to stay well, right? Because that's what works. Simple works. And to build that muscle and have it be helpful in your everyday. And then there will also be one-on-one coaching calls where you'll get in-depth guidance, support, and accountability on your unique wellness map and how you can best optimize your health and well-being. We'll discuss anything you're working on, getting stuck on, and I'll make sure that we'll get you moving forward smoothly. A lot of times we want that direct feedback and support so that you know what will work better. And then, of course, there's an amazing resource vault with all the recorded sessions, bonus trainings. You'll get tools on demand. So it's super easy and accessible whenever you need them. And you'll get your personalized Voxer support. Voxer is a voice chat texting app, and you can send me your questions directly so you can get help with something specific, or if you just need a quick refresher. And there will also be optional office hours for regular check-ins, feedback, and accountability. And last but not least, you'll get access to an exclusive online community with other strong, powerful female entrepreneurs so that you have the connection, the accountability, and ongoing support. Because a lot of times we withdraw when we feel like we're alone, but it's really so important to have community, to have a safe place to share and to be seen, and to really allow yourself to receive and to be supported. So I know that was a lot, but I have a very simple chart here to show you how the wellness formula is different compared to many of the other coaching programs out there, because it's not like the other programs. As you can see, it's created and led by a board-certified physician and wellness expert, which other programs are not. And the Wellness Formula contains group and one-on-one coaching support and accountability, as well as an amazing members-only community with other strong, powerful female entrepreneurs. But what's cool is that it integrates the science and energy work for best results, because I really believe it's not either or, but yes and. I always like to say that everyone is different. The things you need are different. It's not one size fits all, right? And so we need to really look at integration, taking the best of all worlds so that you can make it work for you. And that is what leads me to helping you build your own unique, so much better wellness map, right? So you actually get a very simple guide to help you stay healthy and well throughout your day. You can learn and practice the key habits, the strategies that keep you feeling great to stay in your zone of genius. That's definitely a highlight of the wellness formula compared to other programs. And one of my top values is growth. And what I love is really blending all of my expertise together. So you'll get coaching, consulting, mentorship all in one to support you on your journey. And it's a really comprehensive and convenient all-in-one program. So you're probably wondering about the investment. And so the investment is 3 payments of $3,000, or there's a pay in full price where you'll save $1,500. And if this is resonating, the next step is to book a call with me. We'll drop the link in the chat. There are a few questions to answer just to make sure that this is a good mutual fit. So the group is limited to 10 participants, and the community is really mindfully curated so that it's intimate, it's supportive, it's safe for everyone. And so I want you to click the link and book a call with me so we can see how this may be supportive to your overall success. And of course, I have bonuses for you for this program. So the first thing is I have a workshop on setting healthy boundaries. And this is really important, right? As I mentioned earlier, one of the common mistakes that we have is we don't actually know how to set and maintain strong, healthy boundaries. And it's really important because we need to protect all of that, boundaries around our time, our energy, all these things, so that we can stay well. And then I also have a workshop to help you cultivate self-compassion. And self-compassion is such an important skill that I think a lot of high achieving, overachieving women, female entrepreneurs really oftentimes struggle with because we're so hard on ourselves. And I can say this for me as this lifelong recovering perfectionist. I always want, I would want things done like yesterday. And when things don't match up to, when I don't hit whatever goals, I'd be so down on myself. And then it wasn't until I really learned and embraced self-compassion that it really helped me move forward so much better in my life, business, and professionally. So I think it's so important. And that's why I'm offering that as a bonus here in the program. And then also I'm providing a blueprint to help you create your vision and dream life. And this is really important because we have to know where we're going in order to get there. A lot of times I feel like we are going through our days because we're so busy and it's frantic and we're just like rushing from one thing to the next to the next. And before we know it, the year's over, right? 3 years pass, whatever, months go by. And so if you imagine you're meeting your friend for dinner, but you don't have the address of the restaurant, how will you know how to get there? Where are you meeting your friend? So this blueprint is super valuable for people to really know, to have that intention and have clarity on what exactly that vision, that dream life looks like so that you can actually get there. And so all this, you get over $2,000 in value. And I also have these fast action bonuses for those of you who enroll by August 25th. So it's next week, next Friday. So you'll get an additional one-on-one strategic coaching call with me, and we'll actually create your 90-day wellness strategy plan. And that's really important to really have that additional guidance and support. And then I'm also going to gift you my Becoming Her guidebook. And this is really valuable because it will help you really get a better sense of who is that next level version of you, right? What does she look like? How does she feel? All of these things to make sure that you can actually get to where you want to be. And then I also will provide a workshop on life as an empath, as well as various energy clearing meditations. And so a lot of the clients I work with are empaths. And when I say empath, I use the term to mean somebody who is very sensitive to energy. And just think about if you've ever, I am definitely more of an introvert. And when I go into a busy room with like tons of people, big networking event, sometimes I'll feel this just like tightness in my chest, because I sense all the hectic, busy energy. And so that's really what it is. I would say that, that essentially is what it's like being an empath, because you can feel the energy of people, of the surroundings, and all that stuff. So it's really important to learn how to navigate your life as an empath, because you don't necessarily need to lock yourself away. I want you to be able to go out and experience and enjoy life, but you just need to have the tools and skills to be able to manage. And that's why I provide all the energy clearing meditations and tools and ways also to protect and shield your energy so that you don't have to get drained when you do go out to these events and things like that. So all these bonuses, additionally, extra $4,500 in value. And this is only if you enroll by August 25th. So that's giving you 1 week. So make sure you book a call and we'll talk and see if it feels like a good fit, and to make sure you enroll in order to get all these additional bonuses. And just so you know, here are a few testimonials from recent clients about their experiences working together. And, it could be feel happier, less stressed. They don't take on unnecessary work. So many innumerable health benefits, stopped overeating, speak up and advocate for yourself, all of these things. And so really, really, I encourage you to book a call with me if this is resonating, because I really want to help you learn how to reset and thrive. So we'll have the link in the chat, and then we'll move into some questions. So I know that there are some common questions that come up, so I'll review them, and then definitely some time for extra questions too. So first one is, when does this start? Next cohort starts September 8th. So make sure to enroll by August 25th to get those early bonuses. And then it will meet on Fridays for group calls at this time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And then a question I get is, will you give me a specific diet plan or supplements to take? And as we work together to craft your unique wellness map, we will discuss and explore certain diet, lifestyle practices that best integrate into where you are in life right now. But as I mentioned, everyone's different. The things you need are different. It's not one size fits all. So the goal is really to tune in to your innate body intelligence to keep you healthy and well. And then a common thing I hear is also, I already have a therapist, a trainer, a doctor, like, how will this help? And I'm so glad to hear that you do have a wellness team in place, because it does take a team to help you stay at the top of your game. And so the wellness formula is designed to bring it all together to complement the support that you already receive. Through working together, you'll gain more awareness and skills to really manage the difficult moments in your life. Because it's easy to relax when you're at the spa, but it's another when you have to put out fires at work or when your in-laws come to visit, because that's the real test, right? So don't want you to just work super hard and count down the days to your vacation. Really learn and have the tools and skills and resilience to manage your life's ups and downs so that you can stay well. And how many people are in the group? No more than 10, just to make sure this is a small, intimate, and supportive community. And how much time will this take? So it's designed to be a 3-month transformational journey to really help you create a foundational structure to reset and thrive. And I really believe that more is not better. It's not about the time, but rather how committed you are. And so come prepared and complete the exercises, be open to new ways to prioritize your health and well-being. I would say that the clients who have undergone the biggest transformations are the ones who are the most open-minded, committed, and willing to practice these tools on a daily basis, maybe like 10 to 15 minutes a day. All the things are very simple and practical and doable. And I'm always available as a resource to guide you accordingly. All right. So what else? Any other questions? Feel free to come off mute, jump in the chat. and I'm going to put this up again. Make sure to really invite you to book a call with me to join the wellness formula so that you can reset and thrive, because you deserve to be well. And I know you want to be mindful of time. And so my last message is to really be kind to yourself today, because you deserve the very best. And thank you again so much for joining, for participating. It was wonderful to be here. Thank you for joining. Yes, I appreciate it. Yes. So let me know if you have any questions. Connect with me on social media, and I look forward to speaking and connecting with you. Thank you.